Hey everyone, John Henry here from School of Trade, and today we're going to be taking a look at a breakout trade on gold. Now, gold just opened up a couple minutes ago, and it had this really big spike higher here on this candle, and it did come in on really big volume, but the problem is, when it spiked up, it came right back down again, and the sellers are really starting to take control of this area. Now, we attempted to break above this previous high up here, sorry, bad line there, above this high here, and every time we tag it, we just get a really big wick and fail right back down again. So what I'm looking to do is essentially just sell the opposite side of this. So what I'm going to do is I'll place a sell stop. That's fine right there. And I want to see a break of the next candle behind it. So you can see here, we never broke the low, never broke the low, never broke the low. We're not seeing any signs of reversal yet, but once we start seeing those signs, we should start getting this thing to point straight back down again. So I want to take right around 1324.5. We'll give it 2 ticks from the low of this previous candle here to get in. And then what I'm looking for is from 24.5, taking the standard breakout that we normally do. First 2 contracts off at +5, the next contract off at +10, and then the final one off at +20. So we're in short right now at 1324.5 with a potential reversal here. Again, this big buying came in on really heavy volume here, and immediately was followed up with absolutely none. Right back up to the upside is just all wick. So there was really no interest in terms of the buyers continuing that move higher. So it was just immediately met up with selling. So now we're just waiting for our first target to get filled here at +5. It was tested, never filled. And now we just filled it. Perfect. So we have our first target come off at +5, so we locked in $100. Now essentially the trade is free. The stop still stays at -5, and we just took off 2 contracts at +5. So essentially +5 at 2 contracts is 100. If it does come out and stop us out, we lose 5 ticks on 2 contracts, or essentially $0. We lose a little bit of commission. So now what I'm looking to do is for this move to continue lower down and take out this +10 here at 1323.5. Now once we can get down to that 1323.5, then we'll take the stop and move it to break even. And then what we'll do is we'll just leave it at break even and see if we can get some legs in here to come down and fill this final one at +20 here, so we can lock in $400 on this downside trade. So coming close to the target to the downside here, just want to see this get filled. It might have to come back in a little bit. And we'll see how this trade works out here. But again, looking at 23.5 for the +10. And then what we'll do is we'll bump our stop to break even here. So got to get some legs on gold here. Today has been really slow. The open in the overall volume on gold has been just really light. Now this is OPEX, and it's OPEX Friday on top of everything else, so we're not expecting huge moves here. So that's why when we get to +10, we really want to start locking this in. Really don't want to risk leaving an open position for too long, just because with this price action right now, it can get kind of gross. So we've got our first target again off at +5, two contracts off at +5, and we'll just basically come back in a little bit once we can get some downward pressure and get this next target filled here at 23.5, which actually we just got filled. Perfect. Now what we have is 1 contract left, looking for +20, locked in $200 so far, short from 1324.5. So we'll be back in a little bit. This is probably going to take some time to work. So we'll be back with the final end up of the trade. All right, we're back. We just got that final target filled down here at 1322.5. Overall, really solid trade. It's exactly what we were looking at. We saw failures at the previous high. Every time we started bumping higher, sellers came right back in and swatted price down. Once we finally started cracking below some of the previous candles' lows, kind of a tongue twister, then we started really seeing those sellers pile on. So overall, to wrap it up, we had 2 contracts off at +5, 1 contract off at +10, and 1 contract off at +20 for a total of $400 on 4 contracts. So definitely not bad. So that's going to be today's trade. If you have any questions about it, feel free to send an email to School of Trade, and don't forget to check out our trial at schooloftrade.com. Have a good one.